guys? So this video is going to be about the easiest and best way to replace a Galaxy S7 Edge glass only. As you see right here, right in the corner, it's a little bit cracked right there. It's not even that bad. He wants his glass fixed. He does not want the full display and glass replaced. He just wants only the top layer replaced. Now I'm going to show you all the way through the easiest and best way to do this. Let's do it. Okay, so here we got the Galaxy S7 Edge. This one is in blue color. And as you see, the top left, there is a crack just like that. So let's get started. So what you see me doing here is blowing heat around the edges of the back of the phone. The reason why I do that is to soften up the adhesive tape so I can easily slice through the adhesive with those poker playing cards. So once you got the back cover off, you're just gonna see a bunch of screws. Just start taking all of them out. Once you take all of them out, you'll be able to take out those plastic pieces. All right, so what we do here is just start disconnecting everything because all of this is gonna come out of the phone. So you're gonna wanna take out everything out of the phone. That includes the motherboard, the cameras, the battery, the sensor, everything comes out of the phone. The only thing you can't take out on this model is the charging port. It has wires that are stuck underneath the glass, so you just have to leave them in there. All right, so that's pretty much it. So usually, well, not usually, on the Galaxy S8 and newer, this thing comes out. But since the wires on this thing for the keys right here, because the S8s and newers don't have a home button anymore, these wires come, they wrap around from here, and then the glass goes on top like this. So you can't unplug these because there's wires that are trapped under the glass. So we're just gonna leave it just like this. Next step, this is what we do. I'm gonna take this whole entire thing, we're gonna put it right in this freezer right here. Got this thing already cold. Raiders, hell yeah. Right in the freezer. It goes just like that. All right, so while that's in the freezer, I'm gonna put my timer on. Go right there, boom. Okay, so I got my glove on. Let's see. So I'm just gonna check to see if it's ready to go. So let's just open it up. Go, see if it's ready. It is just about good to go. The only thing is that it did not come up over there, but that's fine. Let's check that out. Just like this. And then on this one, since this phone still has, check that out. Just be careful with on this side because there is still a wire. Usually this wire kind of hangs on there. And we just peel it off, and there we go. There it is. So while this thing is still frozen, I'm gonna leave it here. And as you see, here's the frozen piece of glass, right? The glass that I just took off of that thing. Because remember, look, you see it was cracked right there on the top? You saw that? I'm gonna be changing the exact same part. It's the same glass. Look at that. Same thing. See that? So this thing, while this thing is thawing out, I have to let this thing thaw out, and then I have to clean the glue off of this thing, which I'm going to show you guys. I just have to wait about 10 minutes or so for this thing to fully thaw out. See, it's still thawing out right there. Watch, I'm going to blow on it. You can see this. Look at this. Boom, you see that? All right. Let it keep thawing out just a couple of more minutes, and then I'm gonna turn the screen on. All right, so I got the battery connected, the screen, and the power button. So now I'm gonna power it on. Check that out. And this, I know it's still, it was frozen. There's a little bit of water, but it doesn't matter. This thing is going to evaporate in the next 2 minutes anyways. So, but I'll show you guys this thing still works. Look at it. Do you see any display damage in the screen at all? This is a white background. There's no display damage anywhere on this phone. We're in the phone now, and look. The screen works, touches perfectly fine. And it does not even have a piece of glass on the phone anymore. As you see, it's just a bare AMOLED display screen on there. Look, you even see the home, the back key right here, and then this thing that closes all the apps all at once. So now that I showed you guys that, I'm going to show you guys how I clean up and remove the glue off of the screen. Okay, so here we got the full thing into this mold right here. So basically what this mold does is I'm going to put it right here on this hot plate. This thing, it's already set. I already preheated it. It goes right on here. So what this thing does, since this thing is hot and this thing is made out of metal, the heat from this thing is going to transfer to this mold, and it's going to make the glue warm. Then I'm going to get this tool, and then I'm going to clean the glue off of the screen. So I'm going to let this sit on here for a few minutes. See this button right here? It's a suction, S1 suction. Now the screen doesn't move. That's why it has these little vacuum holes right there. You see that? Goes right in there. Suctions the mold down. All right, so now I'm ready. Okay, so the glue is pretty much almost all cleaned up. So this thing is still hot. So what I'm gonna, it's easiest to take the remainder of the glue off of this thing while it's still warm. So I'm gonna put this over here. And I'm gonna bring this right over here. So remember, this thing is still warm. We're pretty much hot. I have my gloves still on, and I'll get alcohol, 91%. You don't need these crazy freaking chemicals to use. This thing works just as fine. People be buying these like toxic chemicals and all that. So see how this thing just wipes up pretty easily? Yeah, there's still some more. So whatever the remainder of that little like machine came off, this thing will roll off. Come off just like that. So the glue comes off pretty easy because this thing is still hot, pretty much. Now it looks clean. Now it's super clean. Check that out. One other thing that I wanted to mention, anybody that's watching this and has maybe some experience with this doing glass only repair, this cleaning mold right here greatly diminishes this wave issue that you have on these. Because the reason why you get waves is because when you're using pressure cleaning the screen or cleaning the glue, you'll get like an outline of like this like rectangle thing that's down here and then the square piece that's up here. But if you use this cleaning mold, as you see this thing right here, this like little rubberish thing, and then right here, it fits in this piece and it puts the screen, makes it go up a little bit higher. You see how this like little rubber piece is a little bit higher than the rest? So that's what greatly reduces that wave type of thing. See? Does that make sense with you guys right there? Okay, so this thing is almost done. Okay, so now I got this right here and this for the bottom. There you go. So what is next? So the way this is going to work with this phone, I'm going to use Loca glue. So some phones, some models, I use the Oka sheets with the autoclave. Some phones I use Loca glue. So what you're going to need is a UV light like this. Okay, so now I'm ready to glue this piece of glass back on, but do you see any waves? That's how you really see if there's waves. You see the glare coming off? Do you see like a rectangle piece right here? You do not. There's really no waves at all. Look at that. There's no waves, or they're very minimal waves when you use cleaning mold like this. All I need is the tweezers and the glue. Okay, so what you see me doing at this point is I'm applying this Loca glue directly right on the screen. So what you notice on this Galaxy S7 Edge, on this model, they still had buttons, physical buttons on the bottom of the phone. And I do not get glue in those buttons at all, including the top sensors on the top of the screen. Now, for any of you guys that want to see or learn about this in detail, I do have videos in detail about this topic that shows you not how to get glue in areas that you do not want to get glue in. And you can find that in my course in the description underneath this video. Okay, so now we're back. So this has been in here for several minutes now. Turn that off, take this out, and this thing, the glue is dried and we're good to go. So I'm gonna clean this top glass to get my to get my fingerprints off of here and all that, because I've been touching the screen, right? So a little alcohol, and then I'll show you guys. Clean that screen up just like that. How about this? Let me flip this over. Look at the selfie camera little hole right there. Do you see any glue in there or any glue up here? You do not. Let's get that in focus right there. Do you see any glue up in there? Nope. Go to the side. Go back and forth. This is pretty much a near perfect job. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to plug this thing in, and I'm going to turn this thing on to show you guys exactly how this thing works. Okay, so I got everything plugged up mostly. All I need to do is just turn the screen back on. So there you go. Galaxy S7 Edge. No more crack up here. Remember the old glass? That was the old glass. New glass. Do you see any waves in the screen? Nope. You can barely see anything. So as you guys know, check that out. Do you see any waves? No waves. Okay, so I had to edit a little bit of that out because as soon as the phone turns on, you see a picture of a family, and I don't want to show that in this video. So there it is. You see? Boom, 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 boom. Look at that. Touch. No display damage at all anywhere on the screen. No bubbles. This is pretty much a near perfect job. So, but that's going to be pretty much this video. All you have to do, or all I have to do, is just put the phone back together. So what did you guys think of that video? Hope this video helped you guys out. And anybody that wants to do this in your city, take over it. I'm telling you, in the United States, I'm not talking about China, okay? In the United States, there's really nobody doing this. I'm gonna end the video right there. Thank you guys for watching my stuff. I'll see you guys next time.